Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Today I'm making my original recipe of steak, sausage, broccoli, smothered in gravy with stewed tomatoes, mashed potatoes on the side, and I had a little seasoned squash and onion. I'm gonna put cheese on top of those squash. So y'all just bear with me and we're about to get started. First thing first, I used beef smoked sausage. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to slice them up. I'm slicing them in half, and then I'm going to take the half that I sliced. I'm going to slice it down the middle, and then I will move on to my steak. As you can see, I have sliced them up. They're ready to be browned off in the pan. So next I'm moving on to my steak. Now as you can see, here's my steak here. All I did was slice it into chunks, so therefore everybody can make sure everybody get enough. So I'm just going to slice that up, and when we come back we are going to get ready to fry everything up in the pan. This is what the steak looks like chopped up. You see it's quite a few pieces, so everybody will maybe have room for seconds. So we're going to get ready to go ahead on and fry it up in a pan. Next, we're going to brown up the sausage. I put a little vegetable oil in my pan. After that, all I did was place my sausage skin side, no, inside. Well, y'all see how I'm putting them in the pan. Yeah, I'm putting them down first, and I'm going to put each one of them in there, and then we're going to brown them off, and then after that we're going to brown our steak off. So you guys just watch and see what happens. Now then, you can see that I turned them over on the other side because they browned on that side. So all I'm doing now is I'm just moving around in the pan, and then in a minute I'm about to do the steak. So I add a little butter to my pan so I can go ahead on and brown my steak off, and be mindful that I'm not cooking it all the way through. I am going to add it into the oven. I'm gonna put the sausage and the steak in the oven. I'm gonna let it finish cooking off in the oven a little bit before I add it to my crock pot. So you guys just watch and see what happens. I'm just browning off my meat. As you can see, I am melting the butter. Now I'm adding my steak to the pan. And I'm just adding in, not all of it at one time, because I want to make sure all of it just does get brown. So I did half that up. I did one half now, then I just did the other half later, because it doesn't take long to brown since you're going to put it in the oven. And then you're going to put it in the crock pot. So all I'm doing is just browning it off a little bit, you guys. Just on the outside, because it's still pink on the inside, mind you. I'm just burning it off, browning it off a little bit. So y'all just watch and see what happens, and then we'll be back. Here it is, y'all, browned up. I just wanted y'all to get a whiff of that. Get a whiff of that. Look at that. It smells so good in this kitchen. Next, we have our brown gravy. This is instant gravy. I know how to make it homemade, but ain't nobody got time for that. So all I did was I just poured 2 packs of gravy into my bowl, and then I'm gonna add 2 cups of water to it. But first, what I want to do is, y'all can watch this little bit as I pour it in here, and then I'm gonna get my water. I'm gonna take a little bit of my water, and I'm gonna just put a little bit in, just to break it up, so you know it won't be lumpy and clumpy and nothing like a bad lumped up gravy that I do not like. So I just did that, and to make sure all of the bits and pieces and clumps are all smoothed it out, so when we get ready to pour it in our pan, it'll be good to go. It'll be good to stir. So this is very simple, y'all. So what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna watch and see what happens. Now I'm just adding the rest of the water in there, y'all, because it's good to be all stirred up. So once that's all stirred up, and then I'm gonna add my stewed tomatoes, my 1 can of stewed tomatoes. Now you do not have to add stewed tomatoes. I like stewed tomatoes in my gravy. It just gives a little something. Some people don't like tomatoes, so I just used a can of stewed tomatoes, and y'all can see that I'm putting it in there now. Now you can watch and see what's happening next. See how it goes into the pan. All of it is all mixed up. It's going into the pan, and I'm going to stir it up. I'm going to keep mixing it up until it comes to a boil, and then the gravy will be ready. Now after that, I'm just going to throw my squash in a pan and do my mashed potatoes. So I'm just going to speed through that little process. So we'll be back. I did add a little olive oil in that pan to go to, for my squash, and I did put a little water in it because I want to like steam it / fry it at the same time. As you can see, my gravy is thickening up, and soon we'll be ready to assemble everything into the crock pot. You do not have to use a crock pot when cooking this dish. You can use a stock pot, regular pot, any kind of pot you want. You can even add everything into the frying pan right here. It depends on how much you're making. So I'm making a lot, so that's why I added it all to my crock pot. So this will be coming up to a boil in a minute, and then we'll be ready to assemble. I have taken my sausage and steak out the oven. I'm just putting everything into the crock pot. All my meat, all my sausages. I'm gonna add my broccoli in. Then I'm gonna pour my gravy on top of it. And then I'm just gonna let it simmer for about a good 15-20 minutes. Let it come to a boil. And then we'll be ready to eat, y'all. I'm adding everything into there. Y'all see them good juices? That's what gives it flavor. See, I almost messed up because that's the good part right there. See what right here? I almost forgot to add my broccoli, so I'm just going back adding my broccoli to that. Y'all please forgive my voice. I do have a little cold, and this is like really the first voiceover that I'm doing, so y'all please go easy on me in the comments, because I know I'm flubbing up a little bit, but y'all do get the gist of it. As y'all can see, it is all assembled in the crock pot. The steak, the broccoli, the sausage, the stewed tomato gravy. Next, we just adding the finishing touches. I'm doing the sides, the cheese on the squash and the mashed potatoes. This is me just mixing up my mashed potatoes. All I did was just add water, let it come to a boil with my salt and butter. Took it off the stove, added my milk and my mashed potatoes and put a little chicken stock in it. And that's it, y'all. See all that goodness in that pot, y'all? Look at it, look at it. Just listen, just look. That's some goodness, y'all. Next up is the plated presentation. Okay, you guys, here is the finished product of the steak, sausage, broccoli, smothered in gravy, over mashed potatoes, and I have a little squash and onion on the side. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more recipes.